one feels closer to my own life.
Yeah, for sure.
And when it comes to like folk and mythology, it made me think about this too, is that folk stories and legends are big parts of both these films. In The Witch, I mean, a myth, I don't want to give anything away, but a myth, a folk tale is sort of a major plot turning point in The Lighthouse. What is it in the 21st century that draws you to old myth?
Probably the commercial, secular, nihilistic worldview that we live in, and sort of being reactionary against that.
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, numbers are the gods, and there's not a lot of magic and mystery, and in the creative world, in the storytelling world, where we can look to like the higher powers, whatever they may be, is in science fiction movies that like push the boundaries of like philosophy and belief, but those same themes like resonate to me in the past, and the dead speak loudly to me. I mean that metaphorically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
We don't have to call
spiritual-
anybody in to
yeah.
take you away. Sure.
No.
understand.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I like to try to understand who we are and where we're going from, where we come from, and yeah.
Do those ancient myths like witches and mermaids, do they still have the power they used to have over us?
They do over me. I mean, if the movies work for people, I guess then they do to some degree. Certainly, even the archetype of the mermaid, whether that's in like a mermaid in my movie or like in Kusama's Jennifer's Body, it's the same, archetype.
Does it feel like, I guess what I'm wondering, and maybe this is a bit selfish for me to wonder this on my part, but like, I'm wondering why we still feel a connection to those old tales that, frankly, none of us in this room are out to see, for years, where we have to imagine. Like, I wonder why.
I mean, it's really easy for me to like talk about Jung's collective unconscious, but that's I'll call it a philosophy just for the sake of calling it something that I know well, but like, is there validity in that? Like, I would say that I've seen the validity and experienced the validity in it, like both personally and from other people's experiences, but that doesn't mean that it is real. But I think in looking at the past, I'm trying to find things to incorporate into my films that the threads of them we're still connected to them, like unconsciously or semi-consciously, but it's not part of our everyday experience. And if we can access those, it can be kind of a small awakening. Like a little example is the hair in The Witch. So in the UK and Ireland and part of Western Europe, which has the European brown hair, like the witch lore is very connected with hares, and that still exists today. I met this Scottish woman who's now living in Northern Ireland who hunts hares, and she has always grown up thinking like that's a witch, which is something that does not exist here. And so just because in North America we don't have the breed, right? So then I put the hair in The Witch, and a lot of people, just because whether or not our families are immigrants that came here like in the 20th century, the 19th century, like we are like this Anglo-Protestant culture. It's striking to me when I visit other countries like that is we are. The mythological past of that culture is somehow like in our cultural consciousness. So for some people, it really works, and that hair becomes like creepy and strange in a way that they can't quite understand. Other people, they're just like, "What the fuck's up with the bunny?"
Yeah, there's a bunny right there. I
Yeah.
understand, but yeah, there is something odd about it. There's something off-putting about it, even if you don't know what it is. This has been amazing, and